uh, Dr. Arnold Gesell. He was born in 1880 and died in 1981 in Alma, Wisconsin. And he had a PhD in psychology and went to medical school at the age of 30 to further understand psychological progress. So he studies medicine, medical science, and next time he was interested to study the psychology and the psychological progress of human being, especially the child. And he is the founder of this Yale Clinic of Child Development, and the video clip that we have watched, that is taken from that Yale University lab, that means the video clip. And Dr. Arnold Gesell established that clinic for researching the development of a child, especially the mental development. The physical development we see, there is nothing to research in case of physical development. আমরা তো দেখতেই পাই যে একটা বাচ্চা বড় হয়, 1 বছরে এতটুকু বড় হয়, 2 বছরে হাঁটতে শেখে, 3 বছরে খাইতে শেখে, 4 বছরে ঝগড়া করতে শেখে, এগুলো তো আমরা physical development. But what type of mental development gonna happen in case of a child? That was the topic of Dr. Arnold Gesell, child development theory, psychological process. In the 50 years of his time at the Yale Clinic, he and his colleague developed behavior norms for children and tests to assess their level of behavior. So, norms of behavior, what type of behavior a child will show, a child will produce, in which age, 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. So, gradual development will be there. And in order to understand or assess the development, the psychological development of the child, Dr. Arnold Gesell researched in his clinic for 50 years, and he has commented a theory. That theory is called, this theory we are going to study today. So Gesell created a series of developmental tests in this concern, that is the psychological development of a child, that assess the readiness of a child in a school. So when you are supposed to go send your kids to school, that was the topic. In case of Bangladesh, in many schools they take students in 3.5 years, but in case of other school they get admission after 5 years. Okay? And some schools are very strict to their rules and regulation. That means within the 6, so যাদের জন্ম জানুয়ারির 1 তারিখ থেকে জুনের 30 তারিখ পর্যন্ত তারাই দরখাস্ত করতে হবে. So they are restricted. So Dr. Arnold Gesell's topic was that whether a child is ready for schooling or not, and he researched that in which age a child should send in a school. And these tests were studied with colleagues at the Yale Clinic of Child Development. One of these tests was the incomplete man. That means he named that title, the test. And this test was designed, investigated the maturity, capacity, individuality among children in the 1950 decades in order to test school readiness. So what type of mental development Dr. Arnold Gesell had been researching? He had been researching the maturity and the capacity of a child, whether the child has been mentally matured or not, whether the child has the mental ability or capability or not to go to school. And we have seen that video clip, that is in 1947. That means this research he did, Dr. Arnold Gesell did in 1950 decades. And in this theory, though this theory concerns the maturity and the mental capability, and for this reason this theory is called maturation theory. Maturation theory in SLA, or second language acquisition, whether a child is matured or capable or not. So there are some key terms in this theory, that is, through the research, Dr. Arnold Gesell said that আসলে maturation হঠাৎ করে আসবে না. Maturation, a process of a child development that is directed by gene in a fixed sequence. So terms when maturity will develop, we know আসলে আমাদের জিনের বংশ বৃদ্ধি হয় বলেই আমরা বড় হই, ঠিক আছে. So Dr. Arnold Gesell said two key terms. That means we get ready, the children get ready to school, the children get maturity for the cause of two reasons. One reason, that is the scientific reason we know, that is gene তো আমরা বুঝি, ঠিক আছে, কোষের বৃদ্ধির কারণেই আমরা বড় হই, ঠিক আছে. So number one, that he didn't deny that for the contribution of a gene a child develops. And the second one is that is sequence means one after another. In 6 months age, what would be the capacity of a child? In 1 year age, what would be the capacity of a child's mentality? In 2 years age, what would be the mentality of a child or a kid? And for this reason, that is the development or the maturity or the capacity of a child will be developed following a sequence, following a chronology. Chronology means a child, what is supposed to do in 1.5 years of age. That child may not do this or must not do this in his 6 months age. একটা বাচ্চা 1.5 বছর বয়সে তার যেটা করার কথা, সেই বাচ্চা কখনো সেটা 1 বছর বয়সে করতে পারবে না. সো 3 বছরের বাচ্চা যেটা করতে পারার কথা, সেটা কখনো 1 বছরের বাচ্চা করতে পারবে না. এবং এই জন্য 5 বছর পরে স্কুলে পাঠানোর কথা বলা হচ্ছে. হ্যাঁ, কিন্তু কিছু অতি উৎসাহী অনেকে মনে করেন যে না, যত আগে যাওয়া যায় তত ভালো, অনেকে 3 বছরে. সো Dr. Gesell, they said that the 5-year child that will have a different kind of maturity and capability, and a 3-year child will not have such kind of maturity and capability. And for this reason, Dr. Gesell said that actually child psychology and child body is developed for the contribution of gene, number one, and also their capability will be developed following a sequence, following a chronology. So if we study these kinds of child's development, then that would be helpful for any kinds of learning learned by a child, any kinds of learning learned by a learner, and that learner can be a child learner. And though it is related to psychology, and for this reason, in case of second language acquisition, this maturation theory can be applied. Number 2, readiness. The ability to learn abstractly, okay, that means abstract noun. What are the abstract noun? যেটা ধরা ছোঁয়া যায় না, যেমন kindness, angry, I am angry, can you see my anger, and can you touch anybody's anger? So in which age a child will understand such kind of abstract quality? Okay, so whether the child will be able to understand kindness, will understand angry or other things. So abstract quality, he or she will be understand readiness. And to comprehend the purpose of one's work before mastering or learning the task. Before learning the task, whether a child can do an action or not, that is the concern of Gesell's theory. And also, third one, individuality. When a child will get individuality, you know, someone talks very much, someone starts quarreling with other kids, someone will remain silent always in a public gathering. কিছু বাচ্চা দেখা যাচ্ছে যে চুপ করে বসে আছে, কিছুই বলছে না. কিছু বাচ্চা